So, you two are directing your own amateur films. Well, there are some things that you need to watch out for when making amateur films. The first thing you need to do before any shoot is to check your kit. This is just a quick check to make sure that the equipment works okay and the batteries are charged. Ideally, you would do this when you first get the kit, so that you can get replacements there and then.
Wow, that's helpful. Thanks for that.
See, this is what I mean. Emily is checking her kit, so she won't have any equipment scares while filming. All good? Alright, have a good shoot.
Stop.
Told you. This is one of the most important pieces of equipment you have in your possession. It holds all of the footage that you put so much effort into. It needs to be the first thing you pack when you're going on any shoot. It also needs to be objective properly from computers, or you can risk losing all that you have shot. If you don't eject your SD card, you're in danger of losing all of your footage. A really important feature of a documentary is an interview. You don't want to be central and looking at the camera. You want it to look more like this. Using the rule of thirds to put focus slightly off centre and have the contributor looking as if they are talking to the presenter. This is the last part of your documentary filmmaking process, the consolidation of all of your paperwork, or your fold hand in if you're a student. You have to make sure you have all the information, but make it as neat and tidy as you possibly can. Look at Emily here. She kept up to date with her production diaries, used dividers to separate different sections, and included all the information she needs to. However, Jack here forgot production diaries, so is now struggling to make up what he did over the past few weeks. So, you're going to film a single camera drama. Well, there are some very important things to remember. The most important thing to keep in mind is sound quality. If a film is made with less than perfect picture quality, people will forgive it. But if it's made with bad sound, they will lose interest very quickly. As I was saying, you need to make sure your sound quality is good. Don't be afraid to get your mic up close and personal with your actors. And after every good shot, make sure to test the sound there and then. The next thing to think about is cast. Actors can be funny people at times. You need to retain control of your film set. Make sure your actors know you are here to film professionally and effectively. You need to make sure that you don't waste your shoot days, otherwise you could come to edit and realise you don't have nearly enough footage. When directing a single camera film, you can't be scared. You can't be scared to look back at your shot and think, that's not quite how I want it, we're doing that again. If you don't get the perfect shot, it can stand out like a sore thumb in your film. It can make a real difference when it comes to editing. So, you two are back. Making a multi-camera video, huh? Well, there are some very important tips to learn before recording your video. During your production, you may make use of a monitor amplifier. This is an amp that you use to hear audio from videotapes that you play in the studio. However, you need to make sure that this is organised properly. If you don't find a way to stop the monitor before the audio is received from the studio, you'll get bad feedback and it can ruin your recording's audio. If you have a dedicated sound technician, then they need to be aware of all of the microphones and the feeds they are relaying through. Also, they always need to be aware of levels to ensure no peaking and make sure no one is too quiet either. Most multi-camera productions make use of a rather clever piece of technology, the teleprompter. This kit allows you to display text on the camera so that the person in front of the camera can simply read the lines while still looking into the camera. However, you need to make sure that whoever is controlling the teleprompter is on top of their game for the whole recording. Yes, very good. But what if a button is pressed and the teleprompter goes back to the start mid-shoot? You see, Emily here has planned for this situation. Cue cards are a great last resort if something goes wrong with your teleprompter. Now her shoot can continue as scheduled. The most important cog in the multi-camera machine is communication. A talkback system like this is an extremely effective tool for addressing your crew in the studio. You have to make sure, however, that your crew understands the actions to avoid any annoyance or fault in production. You see, if people don't know what they're doing, then it can make for a rather stressful production. So, these two brave young directors have decided to make a music video for this band's new song. The first thing you have to think about is the concept. What is the song about, and how does your film portray that? This doesn't mean look at the name of the song and make a film about that. Just because a song is called The Ocean doesn't mean you should make a film about the ocean. You see, Emily here, she asked the band why they wrote the song and delved into the lyrics themselves. She found that the meaning behind the song is not really anything to do with the ocean.